NFL on Fox analyst Michael Strahan on the phone. And Mike, since Jay Glazer is one of your best friends, I have to read you one of the tweets that somebody just sent me because Glaze was just on. Who is this? Paul Bowers from the Alabama Gulf Coast said, Jay Glazer reminds me of a well-struck three-wood in a tiled bathroom. You guys have such a great relationship. We were debating, and we'll get into this in a second, but I want to get to your Super Bowl experience. You and I sat in the same suite, and you had the same energy in that suite that I sense you did when you were on the field for the last Super Bowl. What was that experience like for you on Sunday?
Oh, it was great that they won. I mean, I was a little nervous at one point, and but it was fun. Just watching a game like that, it's difficult when those are your guys out there playing and for the championship, and you really want them to pull it off, and you feel like, boy, if I were out there, I could help. And but it was great to finally see those guys pull it out, especially with all the Patriots fans up there. I love to rub it in on them.
How would you compare the pass rush in 2007 to what we saw last Sunday?
2007 was just amazing. Brady was getting hit from all different angles the entire game. On last Sunday, I was surprised they didn't get there a little bit more. I think the Patriots did a great job of protecting Brady a lot better than they did in 2007, and a lot better than they did probably the earlier game against the Giants this year. So I just think that they loaded up. They knew exactly what they needed to do. They blocked the important guys. I mean, Justin Tuck had some big sacks when they needed it. But other than that, I don't think they got to Brady as much as it seemed like the Patriots got to Eli.
They had the parade down the Canyon of Heroes on Tuesday down Broadway, and you were a big part of the celebration. I saw you. This T-shirt you were wearing has become all the rage, and I think orders are probably through the roof. Tell me the story behind that.
Well, back in 2007, my friend Dana Smith and I said, let's do something for the guys. I used to always give the guys gifts, like the Johnny Walker stuff. Gave them the Johnny Walker with their names engraved with the Super Bowl on it. I mean, I just give the guys a lot of stuff just to, hey, it's something to remember, and I'm the old guy here. I want to have fun and remember it, too. So, and the T-shirts were a part of that. It's something that kind of said, hey, this is us. We're the G-Men. Here, let's make some shirts up for the guys. So we made these shirts up in 2007, and this year I'm at the Super Bowl, and I'm like, well, hold up, something's missing. Let's get some shirts together. So my friend Dana designed them and said, hey, I don't have time to get them there, so I have to literally fly with them to Chicago, get in the car, and then drive to Indy. And we drove to Indy and delivered the shirts on Friday night, so that the guys had them in time. It was kind of like that good luck thing. And but people love the shirts, and if they want to get them, they can go to gmenshop.com, and they can pick up shirts and men's shirts, women's shirts. Hats will be up there soon, so just a little bit of everything.
There was a point in time, Michael Strahan, Fox NFL analyst with us, Bonnie Bernstein on the Dan Patrick Show. There was a time earlier in Eli's career where you've admittedly said, in clutch situations, you'd get nervous. You and I were sitting in the suite during the Super Bowl, and he hit some tight windows, and we both looked at each other and said, Eli wouldn't have made that throw 3 years ago. When people start bandying about now his worthiness to be in the Hall of Fame and where he is on that track, where do you think he is?
You know what? I think he's on. I mean, how many guys have won 2 Super Bowls? How many guys have been 2-time Super Bowl MVPs? Eli's been steady. I mean, he almost threw for 5,000 yards this year, and I'm sure if that were important, he could have talked the coaches into having him get to 5,000. But he is just a very steady performer. I think because of his brother Peyton, people don't think he's as good as he is because Peyton's, is more. It has seemed to be more better. But when you look at Eli, his body of work and his wins and his Super Bowls, he's as good, if not better, than Peyton. So I think Eli deserves a lot of credit. I think Eli deserves a lot of accolades. He deserves everything he's gotten. And, I don't want to sit and go, Hall of Fame, 'cause I don't like to talk about anybody with that because his career's not over. He may win 5, and then nobody can even debate anything. So I just want him to just continue to have a great career because he is a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's a hard worker, a team player. And when you're around him now, he knows he's good. Like, I know he's good. He knows he's good, but he's not a guy who ever say it.
What do you see in him that we don't?
He has it's just the confidence that he has. When he walks into a room now, he has the confidence that he did not have before. Before he walked in a room, he's just another guy in a room. You probably wouldn't even notice him. Now he walks in a room and you notice that Eli's there. It's just that air of confidence that he has that says, hey, I'm good, I know it. I don't have to even tell you that I'm good. You know I'm good. And that's the special thing about it.
You know, the experience obviously lends itself to Eli developing confidence. But when you look back early in his career, Michael, Jeremy Shockey was there. You were still there. Tiki Barber was there. And for one reason or another, you all have moved on. How much do you think some of the veterans leaving the team has played into the confidence that Eli has developed to be the leader of the Giants?
I think you need that. I think when Eli came to the Giants and I was there and Tiki was there and Shockey was there, it was right timing. And then those guys left, and I was one of the only ones still there. I just think it fit well, my personality with Eli at that time, because Eli was still a young player when we won the Super Bowl back in '07. I mean, he was still a guy finding his way, in a sense, and trying to prove everybody wrong. So I could be that leader. I could be that guy who did all the vocal stuff and fired everybody up, because he – at that point, I felt needed to not be included in that. That wasn't his thing. He just needed him to focus on the game. Now I feel like he has such confidence in himself and what he can do with his skills that he doesn't need a guy like me. Obviously, they've shown that they can do it without me, and that's just good to see. It's good to see guys grow and become better, and he has done that. And Eli has turned into an incredible quarterback. That now I hope, all these debates about, well, would you have taken this guy or Eli? I mean, two-time Super Bowl champion and MVP, and it's not by luck that happened. So hopefully Eli will get a lot more respect than I think he's gotten even earlier this season.
Fox NFL analyst Michael Strahan on the Dan Patrick Show. As we take a look at New York's off-season picture, who are your top three priorities if you're GM Jerry Reese, whether it's guys who are free agents or guys who are unhappy with their contracts? Who do you take care of first?
Well, I think OC is the guy you have to look at and really consider taking care of. And I know you look and go, okay, you have Tuck and you have JPP still, but there's a reason they work so well together. I mean, your guy plays in 12 or 13 games, has 13 and a half sacks or something like that. You don't let that kind of production go. And he still has another year on his contract, but I think he's the type of player that you try to keep happy and try to keep for the next few years, because he's only 30 years old. And if you look at the history of the league, most of us guys have gotten more sacks after 30 than we got before 30. It's amazing. So OC's one of those guys. I mean, the Brandon Jacobs situation, I think, is one worth watching too, because they have that rotation of Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw, and the big horse and then the little fire plug. So and I think the Brandon Jacobs situation gonna maybe raise some eyebrows, and I'm interested to see what Jerry Reese does with that.
Do you see him staying?
Do I see him staying? So, in some cases, yeah, but when I look at the big picture, he took a pay cut to stay this year, and
that's right. So they could re-sign Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah, so they could re-sign Bradshaw. Does he stay next year? I mean, that's a great question. I don't know. Sometimes during the season, I said absolutely not. But then you've seen him make the plays that we're used to him making, and what he does, he kind of sets the tone for the offense. If he can get off one of those big punishing runs where he's knocking guys over, it just gets the whole team excited. And if he can pull those things off, and if they look at his value in that way, then yes, I do see him staying.
Michael, we had a very interesting dynamic in our Super Bowl suite, because right next door in the NBC suite, I believe, was one extra correspondent, Maria Menounos, and she's a huge Patriots fan, and you're obviously a big Giants fan. Maria, how are you feeling today, being the big Pats fan you are?
Well, it's not fun listening to all this from Strahan.
Oh, good morning.
Tom Brady's a 3-time Super Bowl champ and a 2-time MVP, so Eli's got a little time.
Well, I'm
just kidding.
Eli's coming back, and the great thing about it is Eli's 2 Super Bowl championships have been against Tom Brady.
I know. You know what? I love Eli. I think he's great. I love Peyton. The better team won, unfortunately, for me, but it was fun to be suite to suite. I actually was in the NFL suite next door, And I heard that you were next door, so I was like, oh, I'm going over there. I'm going to go razz them. I thought for sure we were going to win. There was no doubt in my mind.
You were hooting and hollering every time there was a New England play.
Giving me the eye, like, yeah, buddy. And I'm sitting going, there's no way this woman can win. There's no way they can win. I cannot live this down if they win. And but you look great in that swimming suit, by the way. That bathing suit.
Thanks.
All right. Well, Michael, we're going to let you go because Marie and I need to have a little girl talk about the fact that she was in that bathing suit and claims she doesn't work out. So, Michael, I'll let you go back to bed.
She doesn't work out.
I know.
What am I wasting my time for?
We'll still see.
I thought you were going to come see us in Times Square. What up?
I know. I got caught. I had to do Live with Kelly, and then the mayor called me to go downtown, and ended up turning into a long few days for me.
All right. Well, we'll catch up with you later.
All right, Mike, have a good day.
Later.
Thanks for hopping on. All right, Maria, so you and I need to talk. How did this whole Super Bowl, if the Patriots lose, I have to be in a bikini live on TV in Times Square bet come about?
Okay. Well, when the Patriots won and then the Giants won, I remember talking with my boss and saying, this is going to be the rivalry, and this is going to be one of the biggest Super Bowls ever. And we have a New York correspondent, AJ Calloway, who's a big Giants fan, and you have me in L.A., who's a big Patriots fan. So we decided that next morning we were going to do this whole bet thing. And so I get to work. I'm on cloud nine. My Patriots won. Now we're playing the Giants. I was rooting for the Giants to win because I wanted a rematch. And for some reason, I tried to get in touch with AJ, and they kept saying they were trying to get in touch with him to see what his end of the bet was because we're not shooting it live. And so it ended up working out where I didn't know what he had bet, and he didn't know what I had bet. So I had bet that he would have to wear a New England Patriots cheerleader's uniform in Times Square to host the show, and he had bet that I would have to wear a bikini. But both of us only got to see it that night on TV.